I work for 20's Plenty for Us. I support 435 campaigns around Britain and around the world. We're now at 33% of the UK that have agreed 20 miles an hour to be the normal default road speed limit, including Wales has agreed it. Well, the York campaign for 20's Plenty started in 2008 and was supported very early on by Labour and Greens. The Greens got a ward scheme in Fishergate ward in my own street, and then a budget amendment to make the South Bank area, Bishop Thorpe Road area, 20. And then when Labour won control of the council in 2011, it had 20 miles an hour in the manifesto, and I was a Labour councillor at that point, and the residential areas of York went 20, other than some villages which were exempted by their own ward councillors who were Tories. Now we're asking for a default 20 mile an hour for the city centre, for station access, for all the schools, for the inner city bridges, for instance, and all the air quality action areas because it reduces pollution. I've put in a petition with the City of York Council. It was accepted last Thursday by Councillor Fitzpatrick, who is Guildhall Wall councillor. And it's got about 370 names on it so far. I'm still collecting petition names. It says 20's Plenty as a default for the city centre, for Guildhall, for all the city bridges, for outside the station and station access, for all the schools, for all the air quality areas. At 30 miles an hour for most ages, 7% of people would die if they were hit at that speed, and for 60 plus year olds it's 50%, so half of 60-year-olds would die if they were hit at 30 miles an hour. At 20 miles an hour, most ages it's 1% would die, and for 60 plus year olds it's 5% would die. I want to make York a safe place. We need to sell York as a safe place for visitors to come. There are 7 million tourists every year coming to York. Don't you think York should be safer, or at least as safe as Chester and London and Norwich and Sheffield and Bradford, who already have 20 mile an hour limits? It's part of our economy to attract visitors to somewhere that they can stroll around. The petition is in order to get 20 miles an hour on the council agenda, for a report to be written on it, for it to come to a decision session with the Cabinet Member for Transport, who is Councillor Andy de Gorn, who's a Green Party member.
Looking for the council's thoughts on the petition which has been handed in, we contacted them for a statement, and they had this brief line to say on the matter. We'll review the detail of the petition and will report our findings to our members. The fact that the speed difference between 20 and 30 miles an hour can save lives is something that cannot be argued, but whether the city is in total agreement as to whether they want the changes or not is another matter. Campaigners like Anna will keep fighting the cause, however, that could well soon see York as a 20 mile an hour area. Rory Ward, That's TV.